Welcome back. How do you feel about crime-free housing? Sounds good, right? The idea is to keep illegal activity out of rental properties with rules that say a renter can lose their apartment if they're connected to a crime. Communities across the metro have this program, but it doesn't come without controversy. Here is Denver 7's Jennifer Kowaleski.
Hundreds of multi-housing units, a lot of complexes.
In the sea of Denver's booming rental market.
And we're seeing a lot more of that pop up.
Crime-free housing could be coming soon to an apartment near you.
Sometimes we find a bad actor, a bad apple amongst that group.
The national program is meant to deal with those bad actors and keep criminal activity out of rental properties. Through this crime-free lease addendum, residents have to sign, giving landlords the power to evict for certain crimes.
Recently, we had a tenant there that was
the act that protects those individuals.
But crime-free housing, this sounds like a great idea if you're the other kind of tenant who doesn't, or where you don't have to call the police or you're not involved. It sounds good in theory, right?
It does. It sounds good in theory. I think oftentimes landlords are looking at, it brings down the crime rate, it helps raise the property values, and then you have tenants who want to live in a place that has no or limited crime. Mm-hmm. However, the definition of what is covered under these laws or these ordinances is because they classify certain conduct as nuisance, and it's a pretty broad definition in most instances. So if someone complains about noise, or there's issues about noise or abandoned vehicles, it can run the gamut.
Sure.
And that person can end up being removed from their home because they're really not doing anything wrong.
The rules are that vague. So using the word voluntary, having voluntary programs, is that a workaround, a go-around?
It doesn't, from my perspective, no. My preference would be that they wouldn't have that type of program. And you have to understand, the Colorado Apartment Association, which is the largest organization here, the landlords have standard leases. Those standard leases already contain crime-free addendums, like they do mold addendums, bed bug addendums, and everything else. So the requirement for the landlords to, once they're in the program, that they have to follow certain procedures, and then the police department, from what I understand, then is communicating with the landlord and encouraging or requiring certain individuals to be evicted or removed because of certain conduct. If you take the police part of it out of it, that might help some, because I don't think it's appropriate to have the police involved in helping to encourage people becoming homeless and losing their housing.
Yeah, what do you think the impact would be on our homeless population, which is an issue that all of our communities are dealing with right now?
Right.
Trying to figure out how to deal
I
with.
would certainly anticipate that the number of individuals who are tenants, whose owners or landlords are part of this program, that they're more suspect or are more apt to be removed from their housing, that the homeless population will increase, or people will become displaced more often because the landlord or property owner is part of this program and wants to have these people removed to help increase their property values, things like that.
30 seconds left here. What advice do you have for renters out there who struggle with issues daily, frequently, I guess I should say?
For tenants, I want them to know that there is help out there. There's more help depending on which jurisdiction you're in, which city you live in, but do some research, make phone calls, because there is help and there's free help for any issue that they have.
April Jones, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, back